Fittingly enough, I am doing this Intellectual Allies project in a high school library. The Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network works. Their research indicates that there are four major ways that schools can cultivate a safe and supportive environment for all of their students, regardless of sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. The four ways Gleason, as I will refer to them from now on, works to create a positive place within schools are through activating supportive educators who are crucial to creating LGBTQ inclusive classrooms, advocating for inclusive and affirming curriculum, which not only offers support to LGBTQ students, but raises awareness of all students. Passing and implementing policies to ensure that LGBTQ students can learn and thrive in safe, inclusive, and accepting schools, and supporting student-led clubs, such as the GSA, because student leaders are integral to creating community and pushing for change. If you're unaware what the acronym GSA is, the Gay Straight Student Alliance. They have other sort of initiatives, which I will outline because they become important to how I will integrate this with the American Library Association. They have initiatives such as Solidarity Week. What do you need from your allies, and how can we support each other across all our diverse and amazing identities? Solidarity Week is a time to show us solidarity with each other. Every September, LGBTQ students observe Solidarity Week by sharing what they need from their allies right at the start of the school year. Ally is a verb, it's not performative, it's action-oriented. Being an ally means taking action in solidarity with LGBTQ students and responding to their self-determined requests. They also have initiatives such as the No Name Calling Week. No Name Calling Week within K-12 schools was founded in 2004 and inspired by James Howe's novel, The Misfits, about students who, after experiencing bullying, run for student council on a no-name calling platform. Founded in partnership with Simon & Schuster and the Gleason Research Institute, No Name Calling Week programs and lessons have been proven to make a difference in the way students communicate with and treat each other in school. No Name Calling Week is January 20th to 24th. Next, Gleason research shows that LGBTQ students who attend schools with curriculums that is inclusive of LGBTQ people, history, and events experience a better school climate and improved academic outcomes. Curriculum serves as a mirror when it reflects individuals and their experiences back to themselves. At the same time, curriculum serves as a window when it introduces and provides the opportunity to understand the experiences and perspectives of those who possess different identities. An inclusive classroom should be balanced and include diverse windows and mirrors for every student. So, the Gleason one, the last initiative that I want to outline, because this is what I'm really going to focus on when I partner with the American Library Association. The Gleason Freedom Fellowship is intended for young adults ages 18 and 25 with a focus on their religion. Freedom Fellows learn with a focus on their region, Freedom Fellows learn, organize, and mobilize chapters in support of our mission. This fellowship is a unique opportunity to dive deep into regional needs, drawing on social justice, movement history, and exploring and organizing opportunities that can make schools a safer place. So, the American Libraries Association. So, essentially, these two entities are working in their own silos. And I will sort of extrapolate how they can work together to sort of to push initiatives that would both push back on banning while also push back on LGBTQ limiting initiatives in libraries. So the American Library Association condemns censorship and works to defend each person's right to read under the First Amendment and ensures free access to information. For every year, ALA's Office for Intellectual Freedom, the OIF, compiles a list of the 10 most challenged books in order to inform the public about censorship in libraries and schools. The lists are based on information from reports filed by library professionals and community members, and from news stories published throughout the United States. So, the highest number of attempted book bans since ALA began compiling data about censorship in libraries more than 20 years ago. The unparalleled number of reported book challenges in 2022 nearly doubles the 729 book challenges reported in 2021. So, where they overlap. Of the 10 most challenged books, here are their titles and their subject matter. Number 1, Gender Queer, a memoir by Maya Kobabe. It's been challenged 151 times and deals with LGBTQ matters. Number 2, All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, challenged 86 times, dealing with LGBTQ matters. Number 4, Flamer by Mike Curato, challenged 62 times, dealing with LGBTQ matters. 5, a tie, Looking for Alaska by John Green, challenged 55 times, dealing with LGBTQ matters. Tied with The Perks of Being a Wallflower, challenged 55 times, dealing with LGBTQ matters. Number 7, Lawn Boy by Jonathan Evison, challenged 54 times. Of the 10 most challenged books, 5 of them are dealing with LGBTQ matters, and one of them has a tie at 55. So, Gleason and the ALA. When I started really looking at that initiative, the last one I spoke of for Gleason, which is the Freedom Fellowship, I think they could take that Freedom Fellowship and overlap it with the ALA and make that initiative about working within the community. And instead of working on general LGBTQ matters, focusing specifically on book banning and censorship within the communities. Let's be honest, most of these censorships and the conservative pundits that sort of came out of Donald Trump, and they said essentially that this work that they were going to try to push their agenda was going to be done in the local legislative branches. So they wanted them on school boards, they wanted them challenging books, and this is how they were going to move forward this sort of conservative agenda to censor the ideals and make America great again. Now, I am not trying to be political in any way, shape, or form. Both sides have tried to limit access to information. But in this case, the Gleason Freedom Fellowship person, instead of working solely to look for ways to manage LGBTQ overall issues within the community, I think they can make that Freedom Fellowship directly correlated to the ALA and fighting censorship and banning of LGBTQ books, which would then obviously give students and faculty the power and the text to be able to provide for the inclusive classrooms that they so fervently desire. So when you look at that Freedom Fellowship, they wanted to commit to upholding the vision, mission, and values of Gleason, serve for a term of 12 months, work an average of 10 to 12 weeks, meet the fellowship cohort weekly, work as a point person in your region for chapter support, which will include meeting with chapters to build one-to-one understanding for your region. Present back a major activity or program that reflects your youth identity or program that regionally resolves a roadblock that is occurring. That one could be completely and utterly tailored to working with the ALA and trying to fight the banning of LGBTQ literature. And I think that would be such a step forward in focusing Gleason's target and really working to make these classrooms more inclusive and working to make sure they can no longer ban literature so important to LGBTQ students and their allies. And if they worked hand in hand with the ALA, this fellowship, I mean, let's be honest, things like this, it's funding and it's money, right? How are you going to pay for these things? The two can work together to fund this fellowship and work to ensure that LGBTQ texts are not limited at the local levels by these book challenges.